Hello, this is a video about how to find the topic and how to find the main idea. And hopefully in this video it will also help you understand the difference. The reason the difference is important is just to help you as a reader. Okay, so step one, you need to identify the topic of a paragraph. So we identify the topic before we can identify the main idea. We say that the topic is a general subject in just a few words. It could even be one word sometimes. It's short. Here's the steps. The ABC to identifying the topic. A, read the entire paragraph more than once if needed. You need to understand it. And then ask yourself, what is this paragraph about? And look for repeated words and ideas. So, here's an example. This is you. Doesn't it look like you sitting at the computer reading something online? And you're saying to yourself, what is this? So, here's what you do when you're reading something. So say to yourself, what is this about? And what words are repeated throughout the paragraph? Or what ideas are repeated? Okay, let's try it. So here I have an example paragraph. This is from a website. This is a good website that gives more reading practice if you want to try it. So let's look at this paragraph, and we're going to go through the ABC up here, right? The ABC of how to find the topic. Reading stimulates and engages your mind. It is like a workout for your brain. When people get old, their muscles begin to deteriorate. They get weaker and their strength leaves them. Okay, so if you didn't know what deteriorate means, here's the clue, right? Get weaker and strength leaves them. So deteriorate means to get weaker and to lose strength, to lose something. Exercise can prevent this loss, right? Meaning the deterioration when your muscles get weak. The same thing happens to people's brains when they get older. Brain power and speed decline with age. Reading strengthens your brain and prevents these declines. Okay, so let's go through our thought process. What is this paragraph about? It's about reading. Is it just about reading? Let's think, what words are repeated? What ideas are repeated? So reading, your mind, your brain, well, your brain and your mind, it's really the same thing. So that's a repeated idea. Muscles become weak. Exercise prevents this. Same thing happens to your brain. Okay, so your brain, up here we saw brain and mind. So reading related to your mind, your brain. Brain power, again we're seeing this idea of brain. Reading strengthens your brain and prevents these declines. Okay, so take a minute, pause the video before we go on, and you think, what do you think the topic is? What is the paragraph about? And what ideas do you see repeated? So pause the video. Okay, hopefully you paused and thought about it on your own. Did you come up with something like this? Topic is how reading, because it's definitely about reading, and how it benefits the brain. We saw the brain repeatedly, and it was talking about the good things for the brain, what reading does good to help the brain. So let's use the word benefits. It benefits the brain. Okay, you may not have something exactly like this, but if you have something similar, maybe how reading strengthens the brain, or how reading exercises the brain, that's okay too. I just used a synonym. Okay, but caution, be careful. The topic needs to be not too general big, general idea is too big, and not too narrow or too detailed, too small. It needs to be just right. If you're familiar with the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story, Goldilocks, when she broke into the Three Bears' house, she found so many things that were too big, too small, but she was looking for just right. Same thing with the topic. You need it just right. So if you said that the topic was just reading, that's too general. That's too big, right? This paragraph is not just about reading. It's about how reading helps the brain. So we need a little bit more than just reading. And if you said something like how reading can give your brain power and make your brain work faster, that's too small. That's one detail, right? So because it says in the paragraph that reading gives brain power and gives speed, but those are details. So we don't want the details in the topic. That would be too small, too detailed. So we need something just right, something in between these two, right? So in between, just right, is how reading benefits the brain. Oops. So you see how this is in between the really big idea and the more detailed idea. Okay, let's stop there for this video because it's getting a little long, and we'll make another video for how to now find the main idea now that we have the topic.